right, man, let's break down these NFL divisional round playoff games. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Check out the NFL playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase the chance. Get notifications. We go live or drop a video. So, the first game, 4:30 Saturday, is Jacksonville at Kansas City. I got a fishy feeling that game might be a lot more competitive. I think the Chargers defense presents more problems from a talent standpoint than the Kansas City defense. I believe not too long ago, Jacksonville went to Kansas City and won. I think that was like a couple seasons ago. They went there with Trevor Lawrence and they won the game. So, Mahomes is a bad boy, but in my opinion, I think Jacksonville match up pretty nice with them. Without having the game plan for Tyreek, you really just have to worry about, not letting Travis Kelce, I take him away and I, stop the run. Jared McKinnon has been very, very good for Kansas City coming out the backfield, so he's become a weapon. And they more dacking down the field. But if they can wrap up, they can limit Kelce and they can wrap up and tackle. A lot of those receivers can't get no separation. Hardman and Valdes-Scantling, they burners down the field for sure. But they don't put fear in you like Tyreek or somebody who can go win them 50-50 balls. When they burn, they just outrun you. So, if I'm them, if I'm Jacksonville, I'm bracketing Kelce. I'm trying to take him away. I'm wrapping up and tackle, and I'm trying to make Mahomes go down the field and beat me. I'm not letting nothing go down the field. And offensively for Jacksonville, Sunshine can't turn the damn ball over like he did, or it's gonna be quick, fast, and hurry. One of the reasons they won that game versus LA, the Chargers, was because they was at the crib. When you on the road, you do that, that's damn near impossible to do. It's damn near impossible on the home, but home, at least you get some momentum behind you. But Travis Etienne should have a good game. I like to see him in the screen game a lot. They got some good receivers, Kirk, Zay Jones, Marvin Jones Jr. They are missing that big number one receiver. Evan Ingram is big time at tight end. I think it's going to be a very competitive game, and I'm going to go out on a limb. And I'm going to pick Jacksonville 31-28 to beat Kansas City. Don't ask me why. It's just a feeling. I got a feeling Jacksonville going to go there and win. They could get blown out, but I just got a fishy feeling that Jacksonville going to come there and win. And I just think Kansas City, they got experienced defense and all that. Chris Jones is a problem. But I like what Doug Marrone doing. He know Andy Reid very well. I don't trust playoff Andy Reid at all. But if you're going to trust Kansas City, it's going to be because of Patrick Mahomes and he superseding Andy Reid's shortcomings in the playoffs. I watched Andy Reid make it to 5 NFC championship games and get popped 5 times. I remember they used to dominate Tampa Bay in the playoffs. They end up seeing Tampa Bay in the NFC championship game, and Tampa Bay end up popping them in the NFC championship game. Until they got T.O. T.O. didn't play in the NFC championship game, but because he had broke his leg, he played in the Super Bowl. But until they got T.O., they hadn't got over that hump. And a lot of it, the defense was doing the job under Jim Johnson. Rest in peace to him. Playoff Andy Reid is terrible, and nobody want to talk about it. He's shitty. I'm going to trust Doug Marrone. I'm going to trust Trevor Lawrence to get the upset, 31-28. It's just a gut feeling on that one, and that's what I just call it, a gut feeling. And people going to call me crazy, and I definitely could be wrong. But this is the second least attractive game according to their schedule. The least attractive game is the Saturday evening game. Skip Bayless explained this, I think, when he was back on First Take, or when he first got the Undisputed. This is, Saturday evening, it's the worst slot to have in the playoffs because everybody doing something else or watching other Saturday primetime TV. So it's the worst slot to have of the weekend. So they telling you they believe Philadelphia and the Giants is going to be the worst game of the weekend, or, the least attractive. And what's so crazy, anything with the New York market in there, especially the way they played, you think it would be one of the most attractive, quite frankly. But, yeah, you would think it would be one of the more attractive plays there, but yeah, I think it's gonna be closer than what people expected. Vanilla Vic, aka Daniel Jones, I think is playing well, and then the Eagles don't have the momentum, because of Jalen Hurts' shoulder. So I think it can be competitive, but defensively, I just think they got too many dogs defensively. Slade, Bradbury, and, Daniel Jones. They got too many guys. Hargraves got double-digit sacks. Fletcher Cox, my boy Brandon Graham from the D. I just think Philadelphia just got too much talent. And did play close at the end of the season. So, I'm not sure where Jalen Hurts' shoulder is at. And obviously he didn't showcase his running ability in the last game, but he's going to have to run this game a little bit, and hopefully he remain healthy. But I think it'll be kind of competitive because the Eagles got some rest in his shoulder. And Daniel Jones playing very, very well right now. Not sure what the weather going to be in Kansas City and Philadelphia. But, from a Giants standpoint of view, a lot of Saquon Barkley, a lot of Daniel Jones. You have to live with Daniel running the ball and live with the results if he get hurt or not. And I think I would play time possession. I would try to keep the ball out of Jalen Hurts' hand. He already rusty from not playing a lot, having a bye week, having a show. I'll keep the ball out their hands. And I think, time of possession, a lot of grinded out plays, a lot of screens, a lot of Saquon in the flats, a lot of Saquon on Texas routes, the option routes. And I would just really focus on just picking up first downs, holding the ball for time of possession. That's what I would focus on. Just holding it, and then I would take my shots after they start stacking the box, playing tight. I take my shots to Slade, Darius Slayton and that James kid, and maybe even put Saquon on some deep routes, fly from the running back position or the wheel route. And I even do that. But I'm really keeping the ball away from a rusty Eagle offense, and I'm trying to establish the run, short passing game, just pick it up, put long drives together, hold the ball until strike one on the clock, or strike inside of 5 seconds on the game clock. So, on the clock. But I think Philadelphia win. I think it's going to be a 28-24 type of game. I think the Giants got a good chance of the upset because how rusty and injury to Jalen Hurts, but still say the Eagles got too much talent. They find a way to pull it out, and the Giants gonna go up against a much tougher defense than they did with Minnesota. So, and the teams are familiar. So usually those divisional games are very competitive. So they like the 8 o'clock Saturday night. So they saying that's the game that's least attractive. Then you go Sunday at 1 o'clock, I believe it is. It's the Buffalo Bills, whatever time it is. Bills. Cincinnati had Bills. It's kind of messed up. Cincinnati got to go to the Bills, but they all decided not to play the game. I felt that game should have been at a neutral site as well too. Obviously, Buffalo got the narrative behind them, but without Von Miller and with Josh Allen playing stupid. But then again, the Bengals ain't played too well neither. But then again, they played another divisional opponent. The Dolphins, with the third string quarterback, played another tough game with Buffalo, and it just shows that divisional games are very tough to overcome. They're very tough to overcome. So, but yeah, I think it's a tough one. I like what Cincinnati doing. I like that they taking care of the ball. I like that they taking care of the ball. For the most part, I like their weapons. And Buffalo still got a lot of dogs on defense too. So it should be a competitive game. But looking on paper, I think Cincinnati got the better offense. Buffalo defense is really, really good, but Cincinnati defense is solid too. And they struggled versus Huntley the other night. and some of the things they did with him. And obviously, most people felt if Lamar played, they would have won. But Lamar in 100%, I don't think it's really smart to go out there and play, especially when they don't want to pay you. But to me, it's a tough one. I'm gonna take Joe Burrow taking care of the football. I'm gonna take Cincinnati defense being fairly healthy. I'm gonna take Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and those guys. And I think, depending on what the weather may be, I think it might be a high-scoring game. If the weather is cold, and they used to both playing outside, or super cold or snowy, I think it'll be in the early 20s. But I think this game gonna be in the late 20s, early 30s. I think it'll be a 31-20, 28 type of game. But I think Cincinnati, I think Joe Burrow's taking care of the football. That'd be the difference. I think that's be the difference. And I think he might come behind in the fourth quarter on the road, but I think that'd be the difference. But it's definitely the best game of the weekend. But then they saved the Cowboys and 49ers. Even though it ain't, I don't think it's going to be the most competitive game of the weekend, but it's just the 49ers and the Cowboys name. They put it in the 620 slot on Sunday. To them, it's the game that's going to do the most TV ratings. They're not necessarily going by the most competitive game, because if we was going by the most competitive game, this is probably going to be the least competitive game, in my opinion. This should be the 4 o'clock, Saturday game, but the Cowboys doing great ratings, and they always gonna just go off that. And this, to me, they played a good game versus Tampa Monday night, but Tampa's one of the worst football teams in the league, and one of the worst divisions in the league. So to me, this is a different type of ball game. The 49ers turned up. They had a close competitive game with the Seahawks for a couple going into the second half. Gino turned the ball over. I don't really have much respect for the Bucs, team this year. The receivers all slow, can't get no separation. Tom don't want to hang in there and take no hits. The defense trash. So it's the reason why they was 8-9 or some crap like that. It's different. The 49ers getting healthy. Armstead, Joey Bosa, all those guys out there. There will be some opportunities to take advantage of their secondary, as we've seen with Geno Smith, but that's DK, Metcalf, and they're going to have to get a lot of CD Lamb. But I think what they're going to do is they're going to take away CD and you make everybody else beat you. The tight end is nice, and they did some things with the tight end down the middle of the field. He made some plays, so he is a secondary option, but you live with that. You just wrap up and tackle. But CD Lamb got an opportunity to have a really big game. But other than that, Brock Purdy will be at home. They precise. They know this Cowboy defense, seen it last year. Deebo Samuels is just different. Ayuk, George Kittles. You probably gonna see McCaffrey. He brings a different dimension into this rivalry. So. But yeah, I like the 49ers in this one fairly big. I like it 31-17. Cowboys got a chance, but it's only because of Brock Purdy. He played fairly well. He missed some throws last week, but Debo is different. Christian McCaffrey changes everything. I look for George Kittles to probably have a really good game too. So, so I think McCaffrey changes everything for that offense. Yeah, I like them like 31-17. I think it'll be competitive going into halftime, and then after the half, I think they do what they did with Seattle. The defense just too good. McCaffrey too good. Too many weapons on offense. Purdy, he could turn into Purdy. What we think he is, Mr. Irrelevant, but we'll see. But some tape on him now. But yeah, I like the 49ers. I like the Bengals. I like the Eagles, and I like the Jacksonville Jaguars as my upset for the week. But hey, check out the NFL playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance of notifications. We go live and drop video. Hit my link tree. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. My link is the first link in the description. Want to check out my Detroit channel, Motor City Sports Talk, more sports music news around the city of Detroit. It's Motor City Sports Talk. Peace.